Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for tonight's NBA slate on Monday, May the 6th. We got two games on Monday night. We do have a new series starting Monday night. We got game one between the Knicks and the Pacers. That should be a really fun series. I'm really excited to watch that one. And then we got game two of the Nuggets and Timberwolves series. We saw that series kick off Saturday night, and it was a really good game Saturday night. Surprisingly, the Timberwolves pulled off the upset. We'll see what happens in game two. But I got two player props, guys, that I like for Monday's two-game slate. So we're going to talk through these two plays. Like always, I do have a prop that I like from each game. We'll talk through these plays, share why I like them. Before we do get started, though, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below. I do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks and if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up, use that promo code NOAH, or just click the link down in the description. When you use promo code NOAH, when you sign up, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. So be sure to check out Prizepicks, guys. If you have not yet, use that code when you do sign up. And also, we do have a partnership with Sleeper. You guys can check out Sleeper, linked down below in the description. Or again, just use that promo code NOAH over on Sleeper, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $500. Now, if you don't know what Sleeper is, they're a DFS pick'em app similar to Prizepicks where you pick over or under on player projections. It's really simple, really easy. You build out your entry. You can make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper. You can win up to 100x your money. If you guys do want to check out Sleeper, again, use that code NOAH when you sign up and get your first deposit matched up to $500. But we got two picks to talk about for Monday, guys. Didn't make any videos over the weekend. Just decided, to take the weekend off. There was only one game on Saturday night. There was only one game on Sunday. So figured if it was a time to take, a weekend off, it would probably be that weekend. So no videos over the last 2 days, but we're back for Monday. Going to try and pump out videos all this week. Might even get some videos up this weekend. We'll see. But let's talk through the picks I'm liking for Monday's two-game slate. So the first prop I'm liking in the Knicks and Pacers game is going to be a rebounds prop, and we're going to look at Miles Turner at 7.5 rebounds, and I like the under here, less than 7.5 rebounds for Miles Turner, and let's talk through why I like this prop. So, this is a completely different series, completely different matchup. If you look at what Miles Turner did in their first round series against Milwaukee, he went under this line in 3 out of the 6 games against the Bucks. In the games he went over, in game 2 of that series, in game 1 of that series, he did have 8 rebounds in 33 minutes. In game 3, he had 9 rebounds in 42 minutes. I think that was the game that went to overtime. And then game 4, he played 38 minutes and had 9 rebounds. But he went under in 3 out of 6 games. If you look at Miles Turner this season, so if you look during the regular season, he averaged 12.9 rebound chances per game. His rebound chances have actually been lower in the playoffs, so he's only averaging 11.7 rebound chances per game in the playoffs. We've seen Pascal Siakam really up his rebounding numbers. Siakam has averaged 14.8 rebound chances per game in the playoffs, whereas during the regular season, Siakam only averaged 11.5 rebound chances per game. So the rebound chances have gone up for Siakam in the playoffs, and they've gone down for Miles Turner. Miles Turner is playing more minutes in the playoffs. He only averaged like 27 minutes per game during the regular season. So far in the playoffs, he's averaged about 33 minutes per game. So he's playing more minutes, but not really rebounding more. And Miles Turner has never been like an elite rebounder. So far this season, he's only averaged 6.9 rebounds per game. And this is a very difficult rebounding matchup against the Knicks. The Knicks are a great defensive team. They play at one of the slowest paces in the league. And they've been a good team in terms of limiting rebounds to opposing centers. They gave up the second fewest rebounds per game to centers during the regular season. So it's a difficult rebounding matchup here for Turner. The Knicks play at a slower pace as well, which is going to probably be a negative for Turner. When it's a slower pace, that's just going to mean less shot attempts, which is going to mean less rebound opportunities. Whereas in their previous series against Milwaukee, Milwaukee's a team that plays at a little bit of a faster pace. So when there's more pace, when teams are flying up and down the court, it's just going to mean more shot attempts, which means more rebound opportunities. Well, it could be the opposite here against the Knicks, who are going to slow the pace down. Pretty sure during the regular season, the Knicks actually played at the slowest pace in the league. So don't really like this matchup much for Miles Turner at all. He had a really good series against Milwaukee, but I could see him struggling a little bit in this series. I think it's a much tougher matchup for him. I also think it's a tougher rebounding spot for him. It's going to be really hard for him to dominate on the glass against Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson, two guys that protect the paint really well, that box out really well, that can keep opposing centers off the glass. And if you look at what Turner did during the regular season against the Knicks, so you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. But in 3 games against the Knicks during the regular season, he played 31 minutes and had 8 rebounds. But that was back on December 30th. That was before they had Pascal Siakam, and obviously now that they have Pascal Siakam, that's going to probably negatively impact Turner's rebound opportunities. You would think Turner would be a better rebounder with Siakam off the floor compared to with him on the floor, and I'm pretty sure that's been the case so far, since Siakam has joined the Pacers. And then on February 1st, they played the Knicks. He played 24 minutes, only had 4 rebounds. And then on February 10th, they played the Knicks. That was with Siakam on the team. I think that was one of Siakam's first games with the team. Turner played 31 minutes and had 8 rebounds. However, if you look at that game, the Knicks didn't have Mitchell Robinson or Isaiah Hartenstein then. They were starting Taj Gibson at center back then, back in February. So Turner, I think he's faced the Knicks fully healthy once this season, and that was on February 1st. He only had 4 rebounds in 24 minutes. The other time he played the Knicks, they were starting Taj Gibson at center, and then when he played him back in December, that's when that's before Siakam was on the team. And obviously with Siakam on the team, things are a bit different for Turner, especially from a rebounding perspective. So with all that factored in, with this being a really tough matchup, with the Knicks doing a really good job, limiting rebounds to opposing centers, and with Turner's rebound chances actually being down compared to what he averaged during the regular season, all that makes me like less than 7.5 rebounds here for Miles Turner. And looking at some sportsbook odds, looking at Pinnacle, they actually have this prop minus 141 favored towards the under, or excuse me, minus 148 favored towards the under. So Pinnacle pretty heavily favoring the under on this rebounds prop for Turner. I like this play as well. That'll be our first prop for tonight. Miles Turner, less than 7.5 rebounds. And then the other prop that I like is going to be in the next game, the Nuggets and Timberwolves game. And we're going to look at Rudy Gobert, 25.5 PRA. And like the over here, more than 25.5 PRA for Gobert. So Gobert, he went under this line in game 1 of the series. He only had 22 PRA in that game. He played 35 minutes and he had 6 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. So 22 PRA in 35 minutes. The minutes for Gobert are going to be through the roof in this series. They're going to need him out there as much as possible to guard Nikola Jokic. And I think as long as Gobert avoids foul trouble, he's going to play 35, 36 minutes pretty much every night in this series. And maybe as the series progresses, if we get to a game 5, a game 6, potentially a game 7, if it gets to that point, you could see Gobert playing 38, 39, 40 minutes. But if you look at how many minutes he played in the Phoenix series in game 1, it was a blowout. The Timberwolves lost that game, or excuse me, not game 1. I was looking at the regular season. So in game 1, that game was actually a blowout. Minnesota won that game by 25. But Gobert still played 37.5 minutes in game 1 against Phoenix. He played 39 minutes in game 2. He played 38 minutes in game 3. And then in game 4, he only played 25 minutes. I'm assuming he was in foul trouble. I'm actually going to take a look at that because he did have 4 fouls in the 25 minutes that he played. I want to see, I'm assuming the 25 minutes from Gobert was definitely a foul trouble situation. Let's see here. So in that game, Gobert picked up 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the game, had to sub out. Got a pretty normal, second quarter stint, but he did pick up his 3rd foul with 2 minutes left in the second quarter, and then to start the third quarter, to start the second half, he played 1 minute before he picked up his 4th foul. So it looks like Gobert was in massive foul trouble in Game 4 against Phoenix, which is why his minutes were down. But in the 3 games before that, he played huge minutes against Phoenix. Again, upper 30s. I know Karl Anthony Towns was in foul trouble in some of those games, so that might have helped Gobert in terms of minutes, but man, Cat's had a tough time staying out of foul trouble, so that's another way Gobert could see increased minutes if Cat continues to get in foul trouble, which he has struggled with so far in the playoffs. I'm expecting big minutes, though, from Rudy Gobert here. They're going to want him out there to guard Jokic. And Gobert, this matchup for him against Jokic, against Denver, it's probably it's not the best matchup, I would say, but this PRA line of 25.5 just feels a bit low if you project Gobert for 36 minutes. He averages 28 PRA per 36 minutes this season. It honestly might even be more than that. So far this season, he's actually averaged 14 points, 12.9 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. So he's actually averaged about 28 PRA per game this season, and that's with him averaging 34 minutes per game. You give him an extra couple minutes, he's probably going to project for an additional 1 or 2 PRA. I'm not saying that this line should be like 30.5. Obviously, that would be a bit aggressive, but I think this line should probably be like 27.5. I think 25.5 is a little low. I think it's a little bit of an overreaction to last game. I know Gobert, again, did not play well last game. Like, he only had 6 points, but he still had 13 rebounds. He did contribute with 3 assists. Rebounding wise, you know Gobert is going to get you probably double-digit boards. He's been a double-double machine this season. On Pinnacle, I think he's a heavy favorite, I want to say, to have a double-double. He is, let's see. Yeah, so Gobert is minus 152 to have a double-double here. Feels like if Gobert gets a double-double, he's pretty likely to go over 26 PRA, or to have 26 PRA, unless he gets like 10 points, 10 rebounds, and like just a couple of assists. But I like this over PRA quite a bit for Gobert. I think the minutes are going to be through the roof. This line feels like a little low if you assume Gobert's playing like 35, 36 minutes. And I was looking at some stats during the regular season. I know looking at regular season stats can be a little misleading when you're talking about playoffs, because obviously during the playoffs, the matchups are tougher. The defensive intensity picks up in the playoffs. But during the regular season, if you look at games where Gobert played at least 35 minutes, he went over this PRA line in almost every game. I mean, there was a couple where he had 25 PRA, like he played 37 minutes against Cleveland on March 22nd and had 25 PRA, and then he played 39 minutes against Charlotte on on January the 22nd and had 25 PRA. But pretty much every other game this season where Gobert has played at least 35 minutes, he's had at least 26 PRA, and that includes a game against Denver. Now, he did play Denver 3 times during the regular season, but you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt because 2 of those 3 games were without Karl-Anthony Towns. In the one game that Gobert played with Karl-Anthony Towns, he did struggle, only had 4 points, 12 rebounds, and 1 assist, 17 PRA in 32 minutes. However, I was looking at some stats last season in the playoffs, because these teams actually played each other last season in the playoffs, and Gobert was really good in the playoffs last season against Denver. In the 5 games he played Denver last season in the postseason, 21, 31, 31, 30, and 33 PRA. So over in 4 out of 5 games. And the minutes for Gobert were through the roof. In the games he went over, 39 minutes, 32 minutes, 39 minutes, 40 minutes. The one game he went under, where he had 21 PRA, he only played 26 minutes. And I'm not exactly sure why. I assume maybe foul trouble. Not sure why Gobert only played 26 minutes in that game. But last season he was playing huge minutes against Denver in the playoffs. I think that's going to be the case once again this season. And I know Gobert went under this line in game 1, but I don't want to overreact to that. I feel like more times than not, when you get 34, 35, 36 minutes from Gobert, you can typically feel pretty good about him going over 25.5 PRA. So that's what I'm liking is our 2 props for Monday night, guys. Miles Turner, less than 7.5 rebounds, and Rudy Gobert, more than 25.5 PRA. If you guys are going to tail me on these 2 plays for Monday night, let's hopefully hit both these plays and make some money tonight. I do always appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos. Make sure you hit that like button down below if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And go check out Prizepicks as well, guys. If you're not signed up for Prizepicks yet, use that code NOAH when you sign up and get your first deposit matched up to $100. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks as always for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.